Hey, what's happening, Wargamers? Just coming to you this week with a quick video on the recently announced Kill Team Rogue Trader expansion. This is actually something I'm really excited for ever since they leaked the first shots of it back in, I think it was like December or January, February actually, because I think it was during Adepticon. I've been very excited about this, and obviously for a lot more reasons now, obviously that Kill Team is out. So first things first, what exactly is this? Well, if you are not up on the community news, what the Rogue Trader expansion is, it's going to include a whole bunch more content made available for Kill Team. So first off, you're getting the two different factions, the Elucidian Starstriders and the Infected. One represents a rogue trader and her personal retinue and security, and the other one represents basically, my understanding is basically denizens or imperial citizens that have just been mutated by the warp, by the collapse of the Gellerfield. And it looks really cool. There's going to be a series of new missions. There's some new boards to play on, allow you to do some cool new things outside of the typical Kill Team boards. So very, very excited about this. It brings a really nice flavor to it. But I think what makes me most excited about this is going to be the Rogue Trader and her team itself. These are absolutely gorgeous models. You can see all the character put into them, the heavy influences of John Blanche as they noted in the community update for it. Every one of those models looks like they have a lot of personality. They all have a nice stance to them that just kind of conveys either their status in the crew or just what they're meant to do. Quite frankly, they are all gorgeous. So it's very exciting to see these models come out, especially considering that a lot of these box set models have had a lot of really nice additions either to existing armies or just to available models in the 40k universe in and of itself. So very excited about these. Any one of these could easily stand in for maybe an eccentric officer, an assassin, an inquisitor, and their teams. Or even like you could see the private security force coming up, and like maybe even they could stand in as like stormtroopers, or I can't remember what they're actually called right now, their new name, but the models are just top notch. So something else that I'm actually really excited about this is that they will also be including a couple little mini codexes coming out for it, and these are going to be designed to be able to get them into 40k proper, or at least that seems to be the understanding right now. How they're going to work their way in there, not entirely sure just yet. It could be something like they are sort of a set designated squad that works their way into the game. In the case of the Rogue Trader and her crew, in the case of the mutated creatures and whatnot, maybe it just ends up being like an addition to a Nurgle army or something like that. But any addition into the game is always really exciting, and one of the things I really like about this is that this whole product to me really feels like it's kind of the new face of Games Workshop, of what we're seeing, of what we can expect from the company itself. Gone are the days where the sole reason for everything was just to empty our wallets, to get us to buy the new big thing. I'm not going to lie, that's obviously still something that's going on with this. They obviously want us to keep buying the product, but it feels like, and this is a discussion I was having with a friend the other day, it feels like we're seeing product now that has the original passion, or at least has a newfound passion for the game. We're seeing the designers sort of being allowed to cut loose a little bit more. We're seeing a lot of character in these models. We're seeing them expand out into different sections of the lore of the IP, and they're letting their imaginations just run a little bit more wild. Like case in point, a lot of the Nurgle stuff, especially what you're seeing here, or a lot of the Nurglings that have come out over the past year, some of those are like the real showstoppers of some of the most recent releases. I don't think I've seen more character in any of their big name models than I've seen in some of those little Nurglings that just have the sassiest of poses. I think there's the one Nurgling that has like the helmet, you know, it's just got his hands on his hips and whatnot. And this is what we're seeing a return to. And I think the Rogue Trader Kill Team expansion kind of exemplifies this. It's acknowledging the fact that this is a game. It's more than just a vehicle to sell rules. It's more than just a vehicle to sell models. These are all giving you different ways to enjoy the game, to play the game, and basically partake in the hobby. And it's wonderful. It's fantastic. So, you know, you can very likely tell by my excitedness on that one, or on this one, that this is definitely something I am very excited about getting my hands on in the next little while. It does go live for pre-order on this coming Saturday, which is September the 8th. And I think someone out there has put the prices out there. I think I saw it was like $160 Canadian. I know that doesn't matter much to you, those of you south of the border or overseas or anything like that. But it's that gives you an idea on the price range that you can be looking at. So yeah, I think this is an extremely positive step for it. I've been very impressed with the previous releases that they've had so far for, you know, Kill Team, for 40k in general, some of their box sets, a bunch of the things they just announced at Nova, really cool stuff. So very excited to see what they keep doing with this, where they're going with it. I love seeing the passion back in the design elements of the game. Not that it ever really left, but I feel like they're just given a little bit more freedom at this point. So that is my initial thoughts on the Kill Team release. Like, obviously we don't have a lot more details just yet. The Warhammer community page is going to be sort of drip feeding us details all this week, as you know, as just any good marketing kind of does in that regard. So we can expect to learn more. We can probably expect to see some of the Nurgle models showcased in the next couple days. And I'm kind of hoping in the next couple of days we see a little bit more as far as different scenarios and what other additions that this expansion will bring to Kill Team. And quite frankly, I'm really hoping we see them talk a little bit about how we can integrate these models, these wonderful models, into 40k proper. And hopefully start hinting at what might be to come. So obviously, fingers crossed, you know, a book on Imperial agents, where we actually see some solid rules for, you know, Inquisition, for assassins. Maybe see the Rogue Traders get worked into that as well. So there we go. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am about this release. I know I'm going to be contacting my LGS pretty much as soon as I can, and making sure I got a copy of this waiting for me as soon as it's available. And of course, for anyone who is interested, once it is in my grubby little hands, I do fully plan on doing a quick unboxing for everyone, tossing that up on the channel as well as the other social media outlets. So keep your eyes open for that if that is something you're interested in. And if you happen to like this video or like any of the content that I've put out there, sure be great and helpful to me if you could hit that like and subscribe button, and definitely leave a comment below. I love hearing from everyone. I love engaging with you guys. It is probably one of the best parts of this hobby out there. So that is it from me on this video. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for liking the video. Hopefully, if you're following, thank you very much. And as always, happy wargaming.